What's up, guys? Sin here with NHL Gamer, bringing you exclusive coverage of the NACL playoff seeding selection process. We started with 15 teams, and now we are down to just 8. But in the end, there can be only one champion, and it all starts here today. Now, I bet you're wondering, how does this work? How do the teams select their opponents? Well, the top 3 teams will get to directly pick who they will be playing in the first round, and the last matchup is decided by the 2 teams remaining. Now, playoff coverage will begin Tuesday, April 28th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Anything can happen here. Will we see one of these top teams, that's Vertigo, BBB, or Sixth Sense, go away from the norm here and pick an opponent, calling them out, saying, yeah, we can beat you here in round 1? Or will they play it more safe, saving the drama for the rink, and just select that lowest seeded team? There's only one way to find out here, so we're going to kick things over to Justin and the teams, and we'll see who they select.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to NHL Gamer. My name is Justin. Some of you might know me as the Crease Police or J-Money. Our regular season is now complete. The top 8 teams have advanced to the playoffs. Now, in a traditional playoff format, Vertigo would go up against Montage Moment 1 versus 8. BBB versus Phantoms is the 2-7 matchup, and so on and so forth. The NACL has implemented the challenge system for the first round of the playoffs. Now, this system accomplishes 2 things. First, it rewards winning. Finishing at the top of the standings in the regular season means you should have the easiest path to the finals, and a tough first round matchup can derail an amazing regular season. With this system, you get rewarded for winning as much as possible. If you're Vertigo in this case who finished in first and you think the 8th seed is a bad matchup, or maybe the 6th and 7th is an easier route, the top teams have earned the right to pave their own path. Now, my favorite reason for this challenge is that it creates rivalries. When Vertigo, BBB, and Sixth Sense choose their opponents, they're basically saying, we think that you are the easiest path for us to the finals, and we are not worried about losing to you guys. Now, if you're Montage Moment or the Phantoms, it does suck being the underdog, but if you pull off that upset, not only will you advance to the semifinals and have finished in the money, you will have also earned major bragging rights and let the trash talking begin. Now, without further ado, let's meet our first captain from Vertigo, one of the best centers in the game, Scary Joey. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to get this going. So first off, congrats on finishing the regular season in first place, 19-4-1. Obviously, that's great, but how was your team's first season in the NACL? Is this kind of success basically what you guys expected?
Yeah, it's what we were hoping for. We know the group we have is a good group. We played a lot of hard games. We won a lot of close games versus other top teams. So we kind of just locked it down, played our game, and it worked out for us.
Yeah, and you guys had a lot of chemistry. I know you and Guan have been playing together forever, it seems like.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been with Guan, and I can't say anything bad about him. I love playing with him.
All right, so one thing I want to talk about are your midseason changes. Usually the top teams, they have their main 6 starters, and they'll stick with them just about for the entire season, unless, an emergency one night here and there. Now, about midway through, Vertigo made 2 key changes. Jakku was promoted to starting right wing, and Denisov stepped in the crease. Now, both these moves have paid off, Jakku averaging more than 3 points a game, and Denisov with a save percentage of almost .860. What was the thought process into making these big decisions?
With the Jakku thing, we realized that we played a different style with him and Los, and we liked our game better with Jakku, and it worked out for us eventually. Los is a great player. I still think he's probably top 3 right wing in the game, if not the best. And then with Denisov, when we played with him, we felt like we played really, really well in front of him, and he gave us a lot of chances to win games with all of his huge saves, so we couldn't really take him out of the net.
And I think that also speaks to the depth of your roster when you have guys that can just step in and still be one of the top guys at those positions. So very good job there. All right, so before we get into what team you're going to challenge, let's talk about how you did against these in the regular season. Let's go over your choices. Versus Entourage, you split against them, losing 3-2 and then winning 1-0. Both of those games went to OT. You swept Hidden Potential pretty easily, 3-0 in both games. It did not look like it was much of a challenge there. Also sweeps versus the Phantoms, and lastly, a split versus Montage Moment, a 5-4 win in overtime, followed by a 9-7 loss. Now I need to know what happened in that 9-7 game. Vertigo giving up 9 goals is unheard of.
We just weren't on our game on defense that game. We gave up a lot of chances that ended up being goals. We know Montage Moment can score at some point, but when we play our game on defense, we think we're one of the best in the defensive zone.
I'm just gonna pretend that you're blaming Guan because he said on defense. All right, yeah, they definitely can score. Montage Moment has a very underrated offense. As long as they can stay out of the box, they can score. All right, so let's get right to it. You split against Entourage, swept Hidden Potential in the Phantoms, and split against Montage Moment. Who will Vertigo be challenging in the first round of the NACL playoffs?
We will be taking Montage Moment in the first round of playoffs.
Montage Moment. There you have it. A little surprising. After once I saw those 3-0 sweeps at HP, I thought you were going to go that route. What's the reason for Montage Moment?
All the teams in it are good. We think, honestly, personally, I think this is a team against that we play them. It's our strong suit. Like, play good defense, we'll get chances, and we can score on offense. So both of our wingers are unbelievable. So they got to be watching out for them.
Yeah, they definitely can score. Nuge lead the way on defense. They have Cosmic and Nash. Nasher's had a very good first season in the NACL. I think maybe a little bit unexpected there, but he's scoring a lot of goals, getting a lot of points. But Fuss as well. They definitely have the tools to succeed. Good luck against them in the playoffs. Before we head on to the next captain, any last words?
Only I really have to say is you got to make sure you watch out for Jakku, Karen.
There you go. Watch out for Jakku. I mean, he's lighting up the scoreboard right now. All right, thank you very much. We'll be right back in a moment with our next captain. Welcome back. Our next captain here with us is the one and only Bones on Demand, left wing from BBB. Bones, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited.
No problem. All right, so let's talk about you guys. BBB finished 19-5-0. 4 of your team's 5 losses were in the first half of the season, but you guys finished really strong, winning 7 of your last 8 to vault up to the standings to the number 2 seed. Are there any games or moments that come to mind which could have been a possible turning point for you guys?
Yeah, so I think it's not so much a game, but so much our team in general. We had 2 guys on the back end who are new to the brand this year, and Kyle and Desi. Specifically, Desi actually got an adapter for his controller, so he was able to use
Oh, that's always nice. Yeah.
Instead of an Xbox controller. So he instantly, you could see he was way more comfortable on left D. And then as well as us just playing a lot more throughout the year, we just felt more comfortable in our play style for sure.
Yeah, I definitely understand. Chemistry is always a factor, and then the controller issue, if you can have that solved, it's always a big difference. So,
yeah. So I wouldn't say it's so much a game, but just so much as a moment in our game that we kind of figured out more of our play style.
I gotcha. So one thing I've noticed from my playing experience with you guys or teams that I've played on when it comes to playing against you guys, you're probably one of the best when it comes to playing from behind. Down 2 or 3 goals, doesn't matter. You guys can come back. Obviously, being down isn't part of the strategy, I'm sure. But what does that kind of fight say about you guys, or what does it mean from a confidence standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, I think we lead the league in penalty minutes in both, in every possible league that we play in. So we tend to have slow starts. We don't really warm up a lot or play aside from league games. So that tends to happen. But we're all just very experienced. We've all kind of won in our respected areas. So I think that we all know we have the capability to win and how we need to do it. So it's just a matter of fact of when we want to turn that on.
And I think it's, even though penalties are a problem for you guys, I think it's one of the easiest things that you could eventually fix. And if there's a time to fix it, the playoffs is always a good time.
Yeah, man. Kenny's just got to remove his right bumper there, and we'll be good to go.
I've heard he's really good friends with the penalty box usher. That's why he keeps wanting to visit. All right.
They're best buddies in there.
All right, so let's talk about the 3 remaining teams that you have to pick from. You guys swept Entourage with wins of 3-2 and 4-3. This past Tuesday, you split with Hidden Potential, a 2-1 loss and a 4-3 win. And lastly, the Phantoms, very early in the season, we have a 2-1 win followed by a 4-1 loss. Who will BBB challenge in round 1 of the NACL playoffs?
Well, I'm happy you asked me this, J Money. So here's the thing. We have a big history with one of those 3 teams there. We tend to go back and forth with them a lot. There's history in our players. One of their goalies, who's now potentially one of the best goalies in the world, plays for them, who is currently on BBB. One of their old right defensemen who played for them is currently now on BBB. We tend to chirp each other a lot back and forth. And I think that their main point against BBB is that we never play against good opponents in the playoffs, which is why we had so much success in the past. So I think it's time we put all that to rest.
Okay, I'm ready.
And we finally challenge and call out this team when it matters the most. So J Money, my friend, BBB will be challenging in the first round of the playoffs. Hidden potential.
HP, hidden potential. The bait there was real. All right, so that is very interesting. If this was a standard format, you guys would have played the 7-seeded Phantoms. You went against the grain and challenged hidden potential, who are the 6 seeds. So basically, what's going on? Why would you go against that? Why hidden potential?
Yeah, so we have a little bit of past from this team. A couple seasons ago in a different league, they actually knocked us out in the playoffs in a sweeping manner. So it opens a lot of eyes of people around the league, and Hidden Potential got some recognition there. They're a much better team than people think they are, but they have some internal problems right now. We think that we can beat them, especially right now. We're playing the best hockey we've ever played. BBB playoffs, everyone knows, is a different breed when it comes to it. So we think we'll have the upper edge here.
That is very interesting. Hidden potential, basically, you've been called out. Now is the time to rise and answer the call. Any final words, Bones, for the league before we head to the final captain?
Oh man, that's tough. BBB, we got to show up here, or else it might be rest in peace. But I think we have what it takes. I mean, the team here is we know how to win again, and we know how to get it done. We've gotten comfortable with each other over the seasons have progressed. So we think we have what it takes. But we'll see what happens. We're just gonna roll with the punches here and see what happens.
I think the league is always more fun when the brand has success because the Twitter handles just go through the roof at that point.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Hidden, but I mean, I'm not calling a sweep right now against them, but you never know,
All right, so with that, we're gonna head to our final guest. Thanks very much for stopping by, Bones.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome back once again. Just a quick recap. Vertigo selected montage moment, and BBB, instead of going after the 7-seeded Phantoms, elected to go against the norm and challenge hidden potential. Now this brings us to our final guest of the night, right defense from 6th Sense, Vaporize. Vape, how's it going?
I'm doing great, man.
I'll be honest with you. I had you guys projected as a 5-6 seed entering the season. You and Bone moving over to a new squad. Even with the championships under your belt, chemistry could take more time to develop. Did you expect things to go so well, so quickly, finishing with an 18-4-2 record?
Yeah, me and Bone have a chemistry from winning a championship with Perfect Storm. I've never played with Breeze, Fog, or Deucey before, so I wasn't really expecting me playing at a high level in the regular season with a newly formed team. We got instant chemistry after the first couple of nights of scrims and went really well. We knew we had the talent after the first couple of weeks of the season, so we knew we could beat anyone if we played our game.
Yeah, I think to me the biggest surprise has come for your goaltender, General. You know, when the community they love making their lists, top players at each position. General probably would not have been on the list based on like the resume of the past. Now with the season going on, things may change. He's been a great goalie this season, top 3 in save percentage and goals against. As a goaltender myself, actually having played with you and won a title together, I know part of that comes from great team defense, but what are your thoughts on his sudden growth in play?
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Honestly, I never played with General. I didn't really know him till this season. He's been more than exceptional all season. General's been on fire, man. Our team defense helps him a lot well. This guy bails us out when we need a big save. I think he's made a name for himself, and now you can put him up there with the top 5 goalies.
Yeah, I always love it when a new name starts to emerge through the ranks as goaltender, so hopefully General can keep this up from this season and beyond. All right, so let's get to the final decision of the night. It's much simpler for you as there are only 2 choices left. You can choose Entourage, who you split against in the regular season, winning and losing with scores of 3-2, or the Phantoms, of which you swept. So who will 6th Sense be facing in the first round of the NACL playoffs?
To be honest with you, J Money, I'm not scared of either one of these teams. I honestly think we could beat both these teams. I think anyone's beatable this year. But, we're going to give Entourage a tough matchup with Composure, and we're going to take on the Phantoms.
To take on the Phantoms. Honestly, I think from people outside the league, that was probably most expected. No disrespect to the Phantoms, but Entourage did win Caps Gaming. They're still a top-notch team when they're on point, even as the 5th seed. But are there any other specific reasons for going after the Phantoms?
Yeah, Entourage is a good team, man. They got a scary good offense. Shekel's probably one of the best goalies in the Defensively, they're not the greatest, to be honest. But Phantoms, they're in the midst of breaking up. I think we can get on them early and they can hold.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a team that if you can get ahead early with the team defense and goaltending you have now, I think you guys can definitely steal the series. Any last words for the league?
Honestly, man, good luck to everybody in NACL. Go Six Sense.
Go Sixth Sense.
So that will just about wrap things up for us here. The matchups are all set. The NACL playoffs are ready to get underway. And your first round matchups are Vertigo versus Montage Moment, BBB taking on Hidden Potential, Sixth Sense versus Phantoms, and last but not least, Composure and Entourage. You'll be able to catch all of the action live here at twitch.tv/NHL Gamer, and that's of course starting Tuesday, April 28th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter as well to stay up to date with all the matchups and the results, and subscribe to us on YouTube at the same time to relive all the great moments that have happened and of course will happen. For Justin and everyone at NHL Gamer, I'm Sin, and we will see you in the playoffs.